Listen, old man, my portfolio makes more in interest per day than you earn in a year. So let's wrap this circus up. Those words hang in the air of Providence Municipal Court. Every person in the room freezes. Did he really just say that? To Judge Frank Caprio? The young man standing at the defendant's table doesn't seem to care. His name is Damon Wesley. He's 23 years old. He's wearing a black Balenciaga hoodie that costs $2,000. His pants are off-white brand with the signature white stripes. On his feet are limited edition Nike Dunks worth $1,500 on the resale market. Around his neck hangs a diamond-encrusted chain. The pendant says HODL in glittering letters. That's crypto slang. It means hold on for dear life. On his wrist sits an Audemars Piguet watch. Price tag? $65,000. His hair is perfectly styled. Blonde highlights catch the courtroom lights. His face shows zero concern. Actually, he looks annoyed. Like this whole thing is wasting his precious time. Behind him sits his attorney. A man in a gray suit who looks like he wants to disappear into the floor. His face has gone pale. He knows his client just made a terrible mistake. If you believe that no one is above the law, no matter how much money they have, you need to see what happens next. Because what Judge Caprio does to this arrogant crypto millionaire will restore your faith in justice. Let's go back to how this all started. The bailiff stands up. His voice echoes through the courtroom. Case number 2025, TR 94521. The State of Rhode Island versus Damon Wesley. Charges include reckless driving, vehicular assault, leaving the scene of an accident, and attempted bribery of a police officer. Judge Caprio looks down at the file on his bench. He's seen a lot in his 40 years on the bench. But the details of this case make even him pause. Before Damon enters, there's another person in the courtroom. Her name is Rita Alvarez. She's 48 years old. She sits in the gallery with her adult son, Marcus. Rita wears a simple blue dress. A scarf covers her head. Chemotherapy has taken her hair. Stage for pancreatic cancer. The doctors gave her 6 months. Maybe less. That was 4 months ago. Rita worked as a crossing guard at Elmwood Elementary for 22 years. Every morning at 7. Every afternoon at 3. Rain, snow, heat, it didn't matter. She helped thousands of kids cross Washington Avenue safely. The kids called her Miss Rita. Parents trusted her with their children's lives. She worked another job too. Nights at a nursing home. Helping elderly people eat dinner. Helping them get ready for bed. Giving them dignity in their final years. She did this for 17 years. 2 jobs. Her whole adult life. Why? To raise her son Marcus alone after her husband died in a construction accident. To pay the bills. To keep food on the table. To give Marcus a chance at a better life. Marcus graduated college last year. First in his family. He works as an accountant now. He sits next to his mother. His hand holds hers gently. She's frail. The cancer has stolen her strength. But she insisted on being here today. She needed to look the man in the eye. The man who almost killed her. Rita has a cane next to her. Her leg is in a soft brace. 6 pins hold her femur together. The bone shattered in 14 places. Judge Caprio doesn't know this yet. He's about to learn everything. The doors open. In walks Damon Wesley. He doesn't walk like someone facing serious charges. He strolls. Casual. Confident. His phone is out. His AirPods Max headphones sit around his neck. Gold-plated. Custom edition. He's texting someone. He's actually smiling at his screen. His lawyer rushes behind him. Damon, please, the attorney whispers urgently. Put the phone away. Show some respect. Damon waves him off like swatting a fly. Judge Caprio watches this. His face remains calm. Professional. But his eyes miss nothing. 40 years of reading people. He knows exactly what he's dealing with. Mr. Wesley, Judge Caprio says. His voice is firm but not harsh. Not yet. Please put your phone away and approach the bench. Damon looks up. He glances at the judge. Yeah, hold on. Just finishing something important. His thumb keeps swiping. A woman in the second row gasps softly. A man in the back shakes his head. The bailiff's hand moves slightly toward Damon, ready to enforce the order if needed. Judge Caprio waits. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. Finally, Damon slides his phone into his pocket, but he doesn't turn it off. Everyone can hear it buzzing. Notifications. He smirks. Mr. Wesley, do you understand the charges against you? Damon shrugs. Sure. Whatever. It's all exaggerated. Blown way out of proportion. Exaggerated, Judge Caprio repeats. He looks at the file again. The police report says you were driving 91 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. In a school zone. At 2:45 in the afternoon. Right when children were being dismissed. Does that sound exaggerated? Dude, Your Honor, Damon catches himself, but not really. My car has a powerful engine. It's a McLaren 720S. You barely touch the gas, and you're going fast. It's not my fault the speed limit is so low there. Someone in the gallery scoffs. Judge Caprio raises his hand. Silence. You barely touch the gas, the judge says slowly. And reached 91 miles per hour. Exactly. See, you get it. I don't think I do. Help me understand. The police report also says you struck a pedestrian in the crosswalk. A woman using the crosswalk with the light. She had the right of way. You hit her. She flew 20 feet. Landed on the pavement. Shattered her leg. Fractured 3 ribs. Suffered a concussion. And you didn't stop. You accelerated. You left the scene. Is that exaggerated? For the first time, Damon's smirk fades slightly. Just slightly. Look, I didn't see her at first. I was distracted. Distracted by what? Damon hesitates. His lawyer puts a hand on his arm. You don't have to answer that. But Damon shakes him off. I was live streaming. On Twitch. I do driving streams. My followers love it. I was reading chat messages. The courtroom erupts. Not in shouts, but in sounds. Sharp intakes of breath. Whispered conversations. A woman says, "Oh my God." A man says something in Spanish. Angry words. Judge Caprio lets it settle. You were streaming yourself driving 91 miles per hour in a school zone while reading messages from strangers on the internet. They're not strangers. They're my community. I have 200,000 followers. 200,000 people watched you commit these crimes. Well, it wasn't live when the accident happened. It was live, but I deleted the VOD after. My editor saved me. Damon seems proud of this. Like he got away with something clever. You deleted the video evidence. Yeah, obviously. That would have been bad for my brand. Judge Caprio writes something down. He writes slowly. The pen scratches across paper. Every person in the room watches. Damon shifts his weight. First sign of nervousness. Mr. Wesley, after you hit Mrs. Alvarez. Who? The woman you struck with your vehicle. Her name is Rita Alvarez. After you hit Rita Alvarez, what did you do? I told you. I left. I had a meeting. An important business call with some investors in Dubai. Time zones, I couldn't miss it. You couldn't miss a business call. But you could leave an injured woman bleeding on the street. I assumed someone would help her. There were people around. And she's fine now, right? She's not dead or anything. In the gallery, Marcus stands up. His chair scrapes loudly. You son of a... The bailiff moves toward him. Judge Caprio holds up a hand. Young man, I understand your anger. But please sit down. I promise you, justice will be served here today. Marcus sits, but his jaw is clenched. His fists shake. His mother puts her hand on his knee, calming him. Even now, even after everything, she's still taking care of him. Judge Caprio looks at Rita for the first time. Their eyes meet. He sees the scarf, the brace, the cane, the weariness in her face, but also the strength, the dignity. He looks back at Damon. Mrs. Alvarez is in this courtroom today. She wanted to be here. Despite her injuries, despite her illness, she wanted to look you in the eye. Damon glances over his shoulder. He looks at Rita for maybe 3 seconds. Then he turns back. Okay. And you feel nothing? No remorse? No shame? No guilt? Accidents happen. It's unfortunate, but it's not like I did it on purpose. You were going 91 miles per hour while streaming yourself for entertainment. In a school zone. That's not an accident, Mr. Wesley. That's criminal negligence. Damon rolls his eyes. Actually rolls his eyes in court. Can we move this along? I have dinner reservations at 7. At the Crown Room. Do you know how hard it is to get a table there? The room goes cold. Judge Caprio's expression doesn't change. But something shifts. Everyone feels it. Let's talk about what happened after you fled the scene, the judge says. Officer Ramirez pulled you over 45 minutes later. You were still in the area. Still driving recklessly. Weaving through traffic. Running red lights. When he activated his lights, did you pull over immediately? Damon's lawyer tries to interrupt. Your Honor, I'd like to. Answer the question, Mr. Wesley. Damon sighs. Like this is all so tedious. No, I didn't pull over right away. I wanted to get to a better location. Somewhere with cameras. For safety. For safety. Whose safety? Mine. You hear stories about cops, you know? I wanted witnesses. You wanted witnesses to protect yourself from the police officer trying to arrest you for fleeing the scene of a hit and run. Exactly. And when you finally stopped, what did you say to Officer Ramirez? Now Damon looks at his lawyer. The lawyer shakes his head firmly. Don't answer. But Damon seems to think he's smarter than everyone else. I tried to reason with him. I explained who I was. I told him about my NFT portfolio, my crypto holdings. I thought maybe we could work something out. You know, like grown-ups. Work something out. Meaning what? Meaning handle it privately. Off the record. You attempted to bribe a police officer. That's not, it wasn't a bribe. It was just like a settlement offer. To save everyone time. How much did you offer him? Damon mumbles something. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. $50,000. The gallery explodes. People are talking, pointing. The bailiff has to call for order twice. $50,000. More than Rita made in 2 years at both her jobs combined. Offered like it was nothing. Just to make a crime disappear. Officer Ramirez sits in the front row. He's in uniform. His face is stone. When Damon offered him that money, he was insulted, disgusted. He arrested Damon on the spot. Added the bribery charge personally. Judge Caprio reads from the report. Officer Ramirez writes that you said, and I quote, 50 grand cash. I can Venmo you right now. No one needs to know. We both win here. End quote. I was trying to be helpful. Look, I know the system is slow. I was offering a solution that benefits everyone. A solution. By paying off an officer to ignore a hit and run. To ignore the fact that you left a woman seriously injured in the street. She wasn't seriously injured. She's alive. She's here. Rita makes a small sound. Not quite a sob. More like a breath caught in her throat. Marcus wraps his arm around her shoulders. Judge Caprio sees this. He sees everything. Mr. Wesley, let me tell you about Rita Alvarez. Since you clearly don't know. And clearly don't care to know. Your Honor, I really don't see how. You'll listen, Judge Caprio says. His voice hasn't gotten louder. But it's harder now. Like steel. You'll stand there. You'll be quiet. And you'll listen to what you did to this woman. Damon opens his mouth. Closes it. For once, he says nothing. Rita Alvarez is 48 years old. She has worked 2 jobs for over 15 years. She was a crossing guard at Elmwood Elementary. Do you know what a crossing guard does? Helps kids cross the street, I guess. That's right. She helped kids cross the street. Safely. For 22 years. She knew most of them by name. She knew their parents. Their siblings. Some of the parents she helped cross that same street when they were children. She made $14,000 a year doing this. $14,000. That's less than minimum wage because it's only a few hours a day. Damon shrugs. Okay. She also worked as a nursing assistant. Night shifts. Taking care of elderly people. Feeding them. Bathing them. Comforting them when they were scared or in pain. She made $22,000 a year doing that. So in total, Rita Alvarez made about $36,000 a year. Working 2 jobs. Every single day. Judge Caprio pauses. He looks at Damon. Really looks at him. Your watch costs more than Rita makes in 18 months of work. Did you know that? Damon touches the watch automatically. Defensive. I worked hard for this. Really? Tell me about your work. What do you do? I'm an entrepreneur. I invest in cryptocurrency. I trade NFTs. I run a Twitch channel. I have a podcast. When did you start investing in cryptocurrency? 3 years ago. With what money? Damon shifts. My dad gave me some startup capital. How much? I don't see why that matters. How much, Mr. Wesley? His lawyer touches his arm. Whispers something. Damon brushes him away. $2 million. But I turned it into way more. I'm worth like $12 million now. You turned your father's $2 million into $12 million in 3 years. And you think you worked hard for it? I did. I studied the markets. I made smart trades. I took risks. You took risks with your father's money. Money you didn't earn. Money you didn't sacrifice for. Money that was handed to you. So, that's not illegal. No, it's not illegal. But let me tell you what else isn't illegal. Actually, let me tell you what is illegal. Driving 91 miles per hour in a school zone. Hitting a pedestrian. Fleeing the scene. Attempting to bribe an officer. Those are illegal. Damon waves his hand dismissively. Look, I'll pay whatever fine there is. I'll cover her medical bills. Just tell me the number. You think you can buy your way out of this? I can buy my way out of anything. The room goes silent. Absolutely silent. You could hear a pin drop. A phone vibrates somewhere. Someone's breathing sounds loud. Judge Caprio leans forward. Say that again. Damon realizes he's made a mistake. But he can't back down now. His ego won't let him. I just mean, like, realistically, money solves most problems. And I have a lot of money. So yeah, I can handle this. Whatever the cost. Mrs. Alvarez has terminal cancer, Judge Caprio says quietly. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She was diagnosed 7 months ago. The doctors gave her 6 months to live. She's already outlasted that timeline because she's a fighter. But the cancer is winning. She's in pain every single day. Pain that medication can barely touch. She probably has weeks left. Maybe days. Damon's face changes. Just a little. The information registers. But he says nothing. The day you hit her, she was walking to the pharmacy. To pick up her pain medication. The medication that lets her sleep at night. That lets her enjoy a little time with her son. She was in the crosswalk. The light was green. She had the right of way. And you hit her at 91 miles per hour while reading comments from your followers. Judge Caprio's voice remains steady. Calm. But there's something underneath. Something powerful. You shattered her femur. The bone broke in 14 places. She needed emergency surgery. 6 pins to hold the bone together. 3 weeks in the hospital. She missed her son's birthday. She missed Thanksgiving dinner with her family. She can't work anymore. Either job. The school had to find a new crossing guard. The nursing home had to replace her on the night shift. Jobs she loved. People she cared about. Gone. Rita is crying now. Quietly. Tears run down her face. Marcus has his head down. His shoulders shake. But the worst part, Judge Caprio continues, is that those injuries took time from her. Time she doesn't have. Time she can't get back. She spent 3 weeks in a hospital bed instead of at home with her son. She spent 2 months in physical therapy instead of making memories with her family. She's in pain. Constant pain. On top of the cancer. Because of you. Damon looks at his shoes. His very expensive shoes. And you want to pay a fine. You think money fixes this. Tell me, Mr. Wesley. What's the price of a dying woman's final months? What's that worth to you? What number makes this right? Damon says nothing. Let me tell you what's in this file. The file your lawyer tried to keep suppressed. The file my staff worked very hard to uncover. Judge Caprio puts on his reading glasses. He picks up several papers. After Officer Ramirez arrested you, you made 7 phone calls from the police station. 3 to your father. 1 to your lawyer. 1 to what appears to be a politician's office. 1 to a judge in family court. And 1 to the Providence mayor's office. Damon's eyes widen. How did you? In those calls, according to the recordings we obtained, you said the following things. To your father, Dad, handle this. Use whoever you need to use. To your lawyer, I don't care what it costs. Make it disappear. To the politician's office, my father donated $100,000 to the campaign. We need a favor. To the judge in family court, my dad and Judge Wilson play golf. Call him. To the mayor's office, do you know who my family is? Each revelation hits like a hammer. The courtroom is riveted. And in your call to your lawyer, you said something else. Something truly remarkable. You said, and I quote from the transcript, that crossing guard is probably faking half of it anyway. People like that see a lawsuit opportunity and milk it. Get ahead of it before she gets some ambulance chaser involved. The gallery erupts. People are standing, shouting. The bailiff has to physically step into the aisle. Order. Judge Caprio's gavel comes down. Once. Twice. 3 times. Order in this courtroom. It takes a full minute for everyone to settle. Damon is pale now. His arrogance is cracking. That was a private conversation. You can't. It was a phone call from police custody. There's no expectation of privacy. And it reveals your character, Mr. Wesley. It shows what you really think. Not just about Rita Alvarez, but about everyone who isn't in your social class. I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it? I was upset. I was under arrest. People say things. People say what they really believe when they're under pressure. When the mask slips. And your mask has slipped completely. Judge Caprio removes his glasses. He looks at Damon with something like pity, but also anger. Controlled anger. Let's talk about your social media presence. Since you mentioned your 200,000 followers. Since that seems to be important to you. Damon's lawyer stands up. Your Honor, I object. My client's social media isn't relevant to. It's very relevant. Sit down. The lawyer sits. Judge Caprio pulls out more papers. Printed screenshots. This is from your Twitch channel. 2 weeks before the accident. You're driving your McLaren through downtown Providence. You're going, according to the speedometer visible in the stream, 108 miles per hour. You're laughing. Your chat is cheering you on. One comment says, "Slow down bro LOL." You respond by going faster. You say, and I quote, "Speed limits are for poor people who can't afford the tickets. I literally make that money back in 5 minutes." Someone in the gallery shouts, "Lock him up." Judge Caprio doesn't react. He continues, "This is from your Instagram. 3 months ago. A photo of your car parked in a handicapped spot. The caption reads, 'Parking is for people who need it.' I needed the spot. Ergo it's mine. Stay mad." You have 100,000 likes on that post. Damon tries to speak. "That was a joke. It's ironic. My followers understand." This is from your podcast. Your podcast is called Crypto Kings, correct? Yeah. In episode 37, you and your co-host discuss what you call life hacks for the wealthy. Your co-host says he got a speeding ticket. You tell him, quote, "Bro, just don't pay it. Let go to collections. Then settle for like 10 cents on the dollar. Or have your lawyer deal with it." That's what I do. I probably have 20 unpaid tickets. Who cares? That's poor people problems. The gallery is murmuring. Angry sounds. Disgusted sounds. Do you have 20 unpaid traffic tickets, Mr. Wesley? I don't know. My lawyer handles that stuff. According to the Rhode Island DMV, you have 42 outstanding traffic violations. 42, with a combined total of $17,000 in fines and penalties. You've never paid a single one. Damon shrugs. They haven't suspended my license. Because you've had lawyers file continuances and appeals on every single one. Dragging out the process. Gaming the system. Using legal loopholes that only people with money and lawyers can access. That's legal. You just said. Legal loopholes. Legal. Yes. Moral? Ethical? Fair? No. Judge Caprio stands up. He's not a tall man. But right now, he seems 10 feet tall. "Mr. Wesley, I want you to turn around. Look at Rita Alvarez. Really look at her." "I don't want to." "I'm not asking. I'm ordering. Turn around. Look at her." Slowly, Damon turns. He looks at Rita. She looks back at him. Her eyes are red from crying. But she doesn't look away. She meets his gaze with dignity. "Mrs. Alvarez, would you like to say anything to Mr. Wesley?" Rita starts to stand. Marcus helps her. She grips her cane. She takes one step forward, then another. She moves slowly. Her leg brace clicks with each step. It takes her 30 seconds to walk 10 feet. Every person in the room watches. She stops 5 feet from Damon. "I forgive you," she says. Her voice is soft, weak, but clear. Damon looks shocked. He didn't expect that. "I forgive you," Rita repeats. "Not because you deserve it, but because I won't spend my last days carrying hate. Life is too short. Trust me. I know." A tear runs down her face. "But I want you to understand something. You took time from me. Time I can't buy back. Time I can't trade for. Time I can't get back no matter how much money anyone has. My son and I had plans. We were going to take a trip. To Maine. To see the coast. I've never seen the ocean. 48 years old, and I've never seen the ocean. We were going to go next month." Her voice breaks. "I can't go now. I'm too weak. The pain is too much. We'll never take that trip. Because of you. Because you were reading comments from strangers instead of watching the road." Damon's face crumbles. "Just a little. You have money. You have time. You have health. You have opportunities. You have everything. And you treat it like it's nothing. Like it's a joke. Like it's owed to you. Rita reaches out. She puts her hand on Damon's arm. He flinches but doesn't pull away. I pray that you learn. I pray that you change. I pray that you understand the value of life before it's too late. Before you kill someone. Because next time you will. Next time, you'll go 90 miles per hour through another school zone. And next time, the person you hit won't survive. She turns. Marcus helps her back to her seat. The walk back takes even longer. She's exhausted. Spent. When she sits down, she leans against her son. Her eyes close. Judge Caprio lets the silence sit. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. Then he speaks. Damon Wesley, you are 23 years old. Your brain isn't even fully developed yet. The part that understands consequences. The part that feels empathy. That part doesn't finish developing until you're 25. So maybe that's your excuse. Maybe you genuinely don't understand what you've done. He pauses. But I don't think that's it. I think you understand perfectly. I think you just don't care. Because you've never had to care. You've never faced real consequences. You've had people clean up your messes your whole life. Your father. Your lawyers. Your money. Everything has been a safety net. And that's made you reckless. Arrogant. Dangerous. Judge Caprio picks up his gavel. He doesn't use it. Just holds it. You want to know what's going to happen now. You said you could buy your way out. Let's test that theory. Damon straightens up, trying to look confident again. First, fines and restitution. You're ordered to pay $37,500 in fines to the state of Rhode Island. You're ordered to pay Rita Alvarez's complete medical expenses. All of them, past, present, and future. That includes the surgery, the hospital stay, the physical therapy, the medication, the home care, the pain management, every single bill. According to the accounting provided by Mrs. Alvarez's son, that total currently stands at $218,000. And it will likely be more. Damon nods. Fine. Done. I can wire that today. I'm not finished. Not even close. The confidence drains from Damon's face. Second, your license is suspended. 1 full year. No driving. At all. For any reason. If you're caught driving, you'll be arrested immediately. A year? How am I supposed to? Take a bus. Call an Uber. Walk. I don't care. Figure it out like everyone else does. This is insane. Third, community service. 250 hours. But not just any community service. You're going to work as a crossing guard. The gallery laughs. Actually laughs. Damon's mouth falls open. You'll work at Elmwood Elementary. The same school where Mrs. Alvarez worked. You'll wear the same vest she wore. You'll hold the same sign. You'll stand in the same spot. You'll help children cross the street safely. The children she protected. You'll do this every school day for the next 6 months. 7 to 8 in the morning. 2:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon. No exceptions. You can't make me do that. I absolutely can. And I am. You'll report to Principal Henderson. She'll supervise you personally. She'll sign your timesheets. If you miss a single day without a valid medical excuse, you'll be held in contempt. Damon looks at his lawyer. His lawyer looks away. And you'll do this in your Balenciaga hoodie, your off-white pants, your expensive shoes, whatever you wear. You'll stand there in your designer clothes while elementary school kids walk past you. Maybe they'll ask you questions. Maybe they'll recognize you from your streams. Maybe their parents will recognize you. That's not my problem. That's yours. Someone in the gallery starts clapping. Then another person. Then everyone. The bailiff doesn't stop them. Even he's smiling. Judge Caprio waits for quiet. Fourth, you mentioned your Twitch channel. Your 200,000 followers. Your brand. Here's what's going to happen with that. You're going to make a video. A public apology. Not written by a lawyer. Not scripted by a PR team. You. Speaking from your heart. If you have a heart. You'll explain what you did. You'll take full responsibility. You'll apologize to Mrs. Alvarez. You'll apologize to the Providence community. You'll explain the real consequences of reckless driving. And you'll post it to every platform you use. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. That'll kill my channel. My sponsors will drop me. Good. Maybe you'll understand what it's like to face actual consequences. This is cruel and unusual punishment. No, Mr. Wesley. Cruel and unusual would be making you feel what Rita Alvarez feels. The pain, the fear, the knowledge that your life is ending. What I'm giving you is mercy, disguised as justice. Judge Caprio isn't done. Fifth, you're going to write a letter. By hand. Not typed. Handwritten. 5,000 words minimum. You're going to write about what you learned from this experience. About privilege. About responsibility. About empathy. About the value of human life. You'll give this letter to me personally. I'll read every word. And if I think you're faking it, if I think you're just going through the motions, I'll reject it. And you'll start over. Damon is shaking now. His hands tremble. This is real. This is actually happening. Sixth, every month for the next year, you're going to visit a high school. You're going to speak to students about the dangers of reckless driving. You're going to tell them your story. You're going to show them the consequences. You're going to try in some small way to prevent another kid from making your mistakes. The Providence School District will coordinate this. You'll go where they tell you. When they tell you. No pay. No publicity. No cameras. This is too much. This is... I'm still not finished. Damon looks like he might cry. Seventh, the attempted bribery charge. That's serious. That's a felony. You tried to corrupt a police officer. You tried to use money to obstruct justice. The maximum penalty is 10 years in prison. The room holds its breath. I'm not going to sentence you to 10 years. But I am going to sentence you to 30 days in the adult correctional institutions. 30 days in jail. Real jail. With real inmates. People who don't care about your money. Who don't care about your followers. Who won't be impressed by your watch. Damon goes white. Actually white. Like all the blood has left his face. No. No, no, no. You can't. I'll appeal. My lawyer will. Your lawyer will do nothing. Because you're going to accept this sentence. Right now. Or I'll make it 60 days. Your choice. Damon looks at his lawyer. The lawyer nods slowly. Defeated. And you'll start that sentence today. Right now. Bailiff, take Mr. Wesley into custody. Wait. Damon screams. Actually screams. Please. Your Honor, please. The bailiff walks toward him. Handcuffs out. I'm sorry. Damon shouts. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Sorry that you did it? Or sorry that you got caught? I'm sorry I hurt her. I'm sorry. Tell her. Not me. Damon turns to Rita. Tears are streaming down his face now. Real tears. Ugly crying. Mrs. Alvarez. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't think. I wasn't thinking about you. I was only thinking about myself. Like always. And you got hurt. And I can't fix it. I can't make it better. And I'm sorry. Rita nods. Just once. She doesn't speak. But she acknowledges his words. The bailiff reaches Damon. Hands behind your back. Please. Please don't. I'm scared. You should be scared, Judge Caprio says. Not unkindly. But firmly. Fear is good. Fear means you're finally understanding reality. The handcuffs click. Damon flinches. The sound echoes. Take him. As the bailiff leads Damon toward the side door, Damon looks back. At the courtroom. At the people. At Rita. At Judge Caprio. I'll do better, he says. His voice is small. Broken. I promise. I'll do better. You'd better, Judge Caprio says. Because if I ever see you in my courtroom again, I won't be this lenient. The door closes. Damon is gone. The courtroom is silent. Then someone starts clapping. Then more people. Then everyone is standing. Applauding. Not for the judge. For justice. Judge Caprio waves them down. Court is adjourned. His gavel falls one final time. For weeks pass. Damon Wesley sits in a gray room. The Adult Correctional Institution's facility in Cranston, Rhode Island. He's wearing an orange jumpsuit. No Balenciaga. No off-white. No designer anything. Just orange cotton and plastic slides. He shares a cell with two other men. One is in for drug possession. The other for assault. They're not impressed by Damon's crypto portfolio. They've never heard of his Twitch channel. They don't care. The first week was hell. Damon cried every night. He couldn't sleep. The mattress was thin. The pillow was flat. The food was terrible. He had no phone. No internet. No contact with his followers. Nothing. Other inmates made fun of him. Called him rich boy. Stole his dessert at lunch. Laughed when he didn't know how things worked. But something started to change. Around day 10, Damon started talking to people. Really talking. Listening to their stories. Most of them came from nothing. Most of them made mistakes because they had no other options. Poverty, addiction, trauma, things Damon never experienced. One guy, Marcus, different Marcus, not Rita's son, was in for driving on a suspended license. He needed to get to work. Needed to feed his kids. Had no other choice. No bus route went near his job. No money for Uber. So he drove. Got pulled over. Now he's in jail. His kids are with his mother. He'll probably lose his job. Damon realized something. His problems weren't real problems. His struggles weren't real struggles. By week 3, Damon was different. Quieter. More thoughtful. He spent his rec time in the library. Reading. Writing. Working on the letter Judge Caprio ordered. He wrote 20 drafts. Threw away 19. The final one was honest. Raw. Real. Now it's day 30. Release day. Damon walks out of the facility. His father's car is waiting. But Damon doesn't get in right away. He stands in the parking lot. Breathing fresh air. Feeling sunlight. Free. His father gets out. Come on. Let's go home. We'll get you cleaned up. Get you back to normal. I don't want normal, Damon says. What? I don't want to go back to normal. Normal was the problem. His father doesn't understand. But he will. Eventually. 6 weeks after the sentencing. 7 in the morning. Elmwood Elementary School. Washington Avenue. A young man stands on the corner. He's wearing a bright yellow safety vest. He's holding a stop sign. His breath makes clouds in the cold November air. The kids start arriving. Some walk. Some come in cars. Some ride bikes. Good morning, the young man says. He's smiling. Not a fake smile. A real one. A little girl in a pink jacket walks up. Are you the new crossing guard? I am. My name is Damon. What's yours? Sophia. Nice to meet you, Sophia. Ready to cross safely? She nods. He walks her across the street. Holds up his stop sign. Makes sure all the cars see them. They reach the other side. Thanks, Mr. Damon. You're welcome. Have a great day. More kids come. Then more. He learns their names. Asks about their days. Makes jokes. Keeps them safe. Some parents recognize him. Some whisper. Point. Take pictures. He doesn't hide. Doesn't make excuses. Just does his job. Principal Henderson watches from the school entrance. She was skeptical at first. Thought this rich kid would quit after one day. But he's been here every single morning for 2 weeks. On time. Professional. Kind to the children. At 8 o'clock, the last kid crosses. Damon's shift is done until afternoon. He takes off the vest. Folds it carefully. Puts it in his backpack. He doesn't have a car. His McLaren is in storage. His license is suspended. He walks to the bus stop. Waits with other people. Working people. People going to real jobs. People who ride the bus every day. A woman next to him is reading. A nursing textbook. She's studying. Are you in nursing school? Damon asks. Yeah. 2nd year. It's tough. I bet. Someone I know worked as a nursing assistant. She said it was hard work, but important. It is. The pay isn't great, but you get to help people. That matters more than money. Damon nods. Yeah, it does. The bus comes. They get on. Damon pays his fare. Finds a seat. Looks out the window. Watches the city pass by. He's going to his 2nd community service location. A nursing home. The same one where Rita worked for 17 years. He's volunteering there now. Not required by the court. He chose to. He helps residents eat breakfast. Helps them get dressed. Plays cards with them. Listens to their stories. Some of them have no family. No visitors. He sits with them. Gives them company. There's a man named Harold. 86 years old. Former mechanic. He and Damon talk about cars. Harold worked on engines his whole life. Never owned anything fancy. But he loved his work. Had pride in it. Cars are tools, Harold told him last week. Doesn't matter if it's a Ferrari or a Ford. What matters is how you use it. Drive a Ferrari like an idiot, it's just an expensive coffin. Damon thought about that a lot. 8 weeks after sentencing. Rita Alvarez is in her living room. Marcus is next to her. They're looking at a laptop. On the screen is a video. Damon's video. His public apology. He posted it 3 days ago. It's already been viewed 2 million times. In the video, Damon sits in a simple room. No fancy background. No ring light. No editing tricks. Just him. Talking to the camera. My name is Damon Wesley. 2 months ago, I almost killed someone. Her name is Rita Alvarez. I was driving 91 miles per hour in a school zone. I was live streaming. I was reading chat messages. I wasn't paying attention. And I hit her. He pauses. Takes a breath. She flew 20 feet. Shattered her leg. Broke her ribs. Got a concussion. And I drove away. I left her bleeding on the street. Because I had a business call. Because I thought my time was more valuable than her life. His voice cracks. Rita Alvarez is dying. She has terminal cancer. She probably has weeks left. And I took some of those weeks away from her. She spent them in a hospital. In pain. Because of me. Because I was selfish. Reckless. Arrogant. Tears run down his face. I want to tell you about Rita. She worked 2 jobs for 17 years. She made $36,000 a year. She raised her son alone. She helped hundreds of kids cross the street safely. She took care of elderly people with dignity and compassion. She gave her whole life to others. He wipes his eyes. And I almost killed her for content. For views. For follower engagement. I valued my online presence more than a human life. He looks directly at the camera. If you follow me, if you watch my content, if you think I'm cool, I'm not. I was a monster. I still am. But I'm trying to change. I'm trying to be better. And I want you to be better too. He leans forward. Don't drive distracted. Don't speed. Don't think you're invincible. Don't think your life matters more than someone else's. Because it doesn't. We're all equal. We're all valuable. And we're all one mistake away from destroying someone's life. The video continues. 10 more minutes. He tells the whole story. Shows the court documents. Shows his jail ID. Shows his crossing guard vest. Hides nothing. At the end he says, I'm sorry. To Rita. To her family. To everyone I've hurt. I'm sorry. And I'll spend the rest of my life trying to make up for it. The video ends. Rita closes the laptop. She's crying. Marcus is crying. Did you watch it? Marcus asks. Every word, Rita says. What do you think? Rita is quiet for a long time. Then she says, I think he means it. I think he's really trying. Does that change anything? No. He still hurt me. He still stole time I can't get back. But. She pauses. But maybe some good can come from this. Maybe he'll save someone else. Maybe his story will stop another kid from making the same mistake. Marcus nods. I hope so. Rita looks at her son. Really looks at him. Promise me something. Anything. Promise me you'll never become bitter. Never let anger win. The world has enough hate. Be kind. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. I promise, Mom. She smiles. Tired. In pain. But at peace. Good. That's all I want. That's my legacy. Kindness. 12 weeks after sentencing. Judge Caprio's chambers. Late afternoon. There's a knock on the door. Come in. Damon Wesley enters. He's not wearing designer clothes. Just jeans and a plain sweater. His hair is simple. No fancy styling. He looks like a normal 23-year-old. He's carrying a folder. Mr. Wesley, Judge Caprio says. I wasn't expecting you. I know. I'm sorry to show up without an appointment. But I wanted to give you something. He hands over the folder. Judge Caprio opens it. Inside is a handwritten letter. 40 pages. Single-spaced. Small, neat handwriting. This is your assignment. The 5,000-word letter. It's actually closer to 10,000 words. I had a lot to say. Judge Caprio flips through it. Reads random sections. I never understood what privilege meant. I thought it just meant having money. But it's so much more than that. It's having options. Having safety nets. Having second chances. Having the benefit of the doubt. I had all of that and I treated it like garbage. Another page. I met a man in jail named Marcus. He was there for driving on a suspended license. He didn't have money for the reinstatement fee. He needed to get to work. He had 2 kids depending on him. So he took the risk. And when he got caught, there was no lawyer to bail him out. No father to make phone calls. He just went to jail. Lost his job. Probably lost custody of his kids. Same mistake I made every day. Different consequences. Why? Because I had money, and he didn't. That's not justice. That's a lottery. Another page. Mrs. Alvarez forgave me. I don't understand why. I don't deserve it. But she did. She looked at me with kindness when she had every right to hate me. That changed something in me. Made me realize that being a good person isn't about what you have. It's about what you give. She gave everything. Her time. Her energy. Her health. Her life. All for other people. What have I ever given anyone? Judge Caprio looks up. This is good, Damon. Really good. Thank you. I meant every word. How's the community service going? Hard, but good. The kids at Elmwood are great. They don't judge me. They just see someone helping them cross the street safely. That's all that matters to them. And the nursing home. I love it. I spend every afternoon there now. Even though I've already finished my required hours. I like being there. Listening to the residents. Learning from them. They've lived full lives. Real lives. They have wisdom I never got from my dad or my friends or my followers. Judge Caprio smiles. You've changed. I had to. I was going to kill someone eventually. You said that. You were right. What about your Twitch channel? Your podcast? Gone. I deleted everything. My sponsors all dropped me after the video. My followers mostly left. I have like 15,000 now. Down from 200,000. And that's fine. I don't need them. I don't want that life anymore. What do you want? Damon sits down. Judge Caprio gestures for him too. I want to help people. I don't know how yet, but I want to use my privilege for something good. Maybe I'll become a teacher, or a social worker, or work in a nonprofit. I don't know, but I want to give back, like Mrs. Alvarez did. That's a good goal. I went to see her last week. Mrs. Alvarez. I brought flowers. Her son let me in. We talked for an hour. How is she? Not good. She's really weak. She can barely get out of bed. But she was still kind to me. Still asked about my life. Still encouraged me to be better. Damon's voice breaks. She's dying, and she used her energy to make me feel better. What kind of person does that? A saint, Judge Caprio says simply. The world doesn't have enough people like Rita Alvarez. No, it doesn't. They sit in silence for a moment. Your sentence is almost done, Judge Caprio says. Another few months of community service. Then you're free. I don't feel free. I feel like I'm just starting to understand what life is actually about. That's called growing up, Damon. It sucks. Judge Caprio laughs. Actually laughs. Yes, it does. But it's necessary. Damon stands. Thank you, Your Honor, for not giving up on me, for believing I could change. I didn't believe you could change. I hoped. There's a difference. You did the work. You made the choice. I just gave you the opportunity. Well, thank you anyway. Damon turns to leave, then stops. Your Honor, when my sentence is done, when I've completed everything, can I still volunteer at the nursing home and at the school? You don't need my permission for that. I know, but I wanted you to know. I'm not doing this because a judge ordered me to. I'm doing it because it's right. Because it matters. Judge Caprio nods. Then yes, do it. The world needs more people who care. Damon leaves. Judge Caprio sits alone in his chambers. He picks up the letter. Reads it from the beginning. Every word. By the end, he's smiling. Maybe there's hope after all. 16 weeks after sentencing. Rita Alvarez dies on a Tuesday morning. Peacefully. At home. With Marcus holding her hand. The funeral is Saturday. Hundreds of people come. Parents from Elmwood Elementary. Kids she helped cross the street. Residents from the nursing home. Co-workers. Friends. Family. Damon Wesley comes. He stands in the back. Doesn't draw attention to himself. Just pays his respects. During the service, people share stories. A woman talks about how Rita helped her daughter cross the street every day for 6 years. How Rita remembered the girl's birthday. Brought her a cupcake. Made her feel special. A man talks about Rita's work at the nursing home. How she stayed late when a resident was scared. Held their hand. Sang to them. Made them feel less alone. Marcus speaks last. He talks about his mother's strength. Her kindness. Her selflessness. She taught me that life isn't about what you take. It's about what you give. She gave everything. And the world was better because she was in it. He looks out at the crowd. She forgave the man who hurt her. Even though he didn't deserve it. She said forgiveness wasn't for him. It was for her. so she could die in peace, without carrying hate. He pauses. That's who she was. That's her legacy. Love, forgiveness, kindness, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. After the service, people gather at Marcus's house. Food, stories, tears, laughter. Damon approaches Marcus. I'm so sorry for your loss. Marcus looks at him, studies him. Thank you for coming. I didn't know if I should, but I needed to say goodbye, to thank her. She would have liked that. She talked about you, said she hoped you were doing okay. Damon's eyes well up. Even at the end, she was thinking about me. That's who she was. They stand in silence. I'll never forget her, Damon says. I'll never forget what she taught me. Good. Then she didn't die for nothing. Then some good came from all of this. Marcus extends his hand. Damon shakes it. Be better, Marcus says. That's all she wanted. For everyone to be better. I will. I promise. 24 weeks after sentencing. Damon's sentence is complete. All 250 hours of community service. All the school talks. All the requirements. Done. He stands in Judge Caprio's courtroom one last time. For the final hearing. Judge Caprio reviews the file. Mr. Wesley, I've reviewed your completion reports. Your supervisor at Elmwood Elementary gave you an outstanding evaluation. Principal Henderson writes that you were punctual, professional, and genuinely kind to the children. Several parents wrote letters thanking you for your service. Damon nods. The nursing home supervisor also gave you high marks. She notes that you continued volunteering even after fulfilling your required hours. That you formed genuine connections with the residents. That you brought joy to people in their final days. Judge Caprio looks at him. The school resource officers report that your talks to students were impactful, honest, raw. Several students changed their behavior after hearing you speak. He closes the file. You've completed every requirement of your sentence. You're free to go. Your record will show a conviction, but you've served your time. You've paid your debt to society. Thank you, Your Honor. But I want to ask you something. Off the record. Okay. 6 months ago, you stood in this courtroom as a different person. Arrogant, entitled, reckless. What changed? Damon thinks for a long moment. Consequences changed me. Real consequences. Not ones I could buy my way out of. Not ones my dad could fix. For the first time in my life, I faced the actual result of my actions. And it broke me. In a good way. He continues. But more than that, Mrs. Alvarez changed me. Her forgiveness. Her grace. Her kindness. She had every reason to hate me. To want me to suffer. But she didn't. She just wanted me to be better. And that inspired me to actually try. Judge Caprio nods. People talk about justice and mercy like they're opposites. Like you can't have both. But Mrs. Alvarez taught me that they work together. Justice holds people accountable. Mercy gives them a chance to change. I got both. And I'm grateful. What will you do now? I'm enrolling in community college. Going to study social work. I want to help people who are facing what I faced. Kids with privilege who don't understand it. Kids making dangerous choices. I want to show them a different path before they hurt someone. That's admirable. It's the least I can do. Judge Caprio stands. Extends his hand. Damon shakes it. Good luck, Damon. I hope I never see you in my courtroom again. You won't. I promise. Damon walks out of the courtroom. Free. Changed. Ready to do better. 1 year later. Elmwood Elementary. Washington Avenue. 7 in the morning. Damon Wesley stands on the corner. He's wearing the yellow safety vest. Holding the stop sign. He's not required to be here anymore. But he comes anyway. Every day. Morning and afternoon. Volunteers. The kids know him now. Love him. He's not just the crossing guard. He's Mr. Damon. Their friend. A little boy runs up. Mr. Damon. I got an A on my math test. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. He walks the boy across the street. More kids come. More smiles. More high fives. Principal Henderson walks out. Morning, Damon. Morning, Principal Henderson. Yo, we got approval to hire a permanent crossing guard. The position is open. You interested? Really? Really. It doesn't pay much. But it's honest work. Important work. Damon smiles. A real, genuine smile. I'd love to. Thank you. Thank Rita. This position is named after her. The Rita Alvarez Memorial Crossing Guard position. Damon's eyes water. She'd be proud of you, Principal Henderson says. You honored her memory. You became the kind of person she believed you could be. I hope so. I'm trying. That's all anyone can do. Try. Every day. To be a little better than yesterday. The morning bell rings. The last kid crosses. Damon folds his vest. But he'll be back this afternoon. And tomorrow morning. And the day after that. Judge Caprio sits in his chambers. Reading the newspaper. There's an article about traffic safety. About how violations in school zones have decreased 40% in the past year. About how a viral video by a former reckless driver inspired thousands of people to drive more carefully. The article mentions Damon Wesley. Talks about his transformation. His community service. His ongoing volunteer work. There's a photo. Damon in his crossing guard vest. Surrounded by smiling children. Judge Caprio cuts out the article. Puts it in a folder. The same folder where he keeps other success stories. Reminders that justice can work. That people can change. That second chances matter. His phone rings. The next case is ready. He stands. Puts on his robe. Walks to the courtroom. Another defendant. Another story. Another opportunity to balance justice and mercy. Because that's what the job is. Not punishment for its own sake. But accountability with hope. Consequences with compassion. Justice that transforms instead of just condemns. Judge Frank Caprio learned this over 40 years on the bench. From thousands of cases. From people like Rita Alvarez who showed grace in impossible circumstances. From people like Damon Wesley who chose to change when given the chance. The law is important. Rules matter. Consequences are necessary. But at the end of the day, it's about people. Real people with real lives. People who make mistakes. People who hurt others. People who can learn. People who can grow. And sometimes, just sometimes, the justice system can help make that happen. 3 years later, Damon Wesley stands in front of classroom. Not as a student. As a speaker. He's 26 now. Still young. But different. Mature. Purposeful. My name is Damon. 3 years ago, I almost killed someone. The high school students lean forward. Listening. He tells the story. All of it. The live stream. The accident. Rita. The trial. The jail. The transformation. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. Doesn't make himself a hero. Just tells the truth. I was a terrible person. I thought money made me special. Made me better than other people. Made me immune to consequences. I was wrong about all of it. He shows them a photo. Rita's obituary. This is Mrs. Alvarez. I took her final months away from her. She died before she could see the ocean. Before she could take the trip with her son that they planned. Because I was reading comments from strangers while driving 90 miles per hour. The room is silent. I can't bring her back. I can't give her family those months. I can't undo what I did. But I can stand here. Tell you my story. Beg you not to make my mistakes. He looks at each student. Your phone call can wait. Your text message can wait. Your social media can wait. The person in front of you, crossing the street, living their life, cannot wait. Cannot be replaced. Cannot be brought back. A girl raises her hand. How did you change? How did you go from who you were to who you are now? Consequences. Real ones. And grace. From a woman who owed me nothing, but gave me everything. She forgave me. Not because I deserved it, but because she chose to, and that changed my life. Another hand. What do you do now? I'm a social worker. I work with at-risk youth. Kids with privilege who don't understand it. Kids making dangerous choices. I try to reach them before they hurt someone. Before they become me. Do you still feel guilty? Every day. But guilt without action is useless. So I turn that guilt into purpose. Into motivation. Into a reason to help others. The bell rings. Class ends. But students stay. Ask more questions. Want to know more. Want to understand. One boy approaches. My dad is rich. Really rich. And I've been acting like you did. Like the rules don't apply to me. Your story scared me. Good. Be scared. Fear is healthy. It keeps you aware. Keeps you careful. Use it. Thanks, man. I'll try. That's all I ask. 5 years after sentencing. Marcus Alvarez stands at a podium. He's at a community event. A fundraiser for a new scholarship program. The Rita Alvarez Memorial Scholarship. For students from low-income families studying to be teachers, nurses, or social workers. Professions that serve others. Professions his mother loved. My mother believed in second chances, Marcus says to the crowd. She believed people could change, could grow, could become better than their worst moments. He pauses. The man who hurt her proved her right. He took accountability. He did the work. He became someone she would be proud of. And because of that, something good came from tragedy. He holds up a check. A donation. $50,000. This donation comes from Damon Wesley, the man who almost killed my mother. He's been saving for 3 years. Working. Volunteering. Living simply. To make this donation in her name. To honor her memory. To help others the way she helped others. The crowd applauds. Damon is in the audience. Not on stage. Not seeking attention. Just there. After the event, he and Marcus talk. Thank you for this, Marcus says. It's not enough. It'll never be enough. But it's something. It's more than something. It's continuing her legacy. That's what she would have wanted. They stand together. Two men connected by tragedy. United by purpose. She'd be proud of both of us, Marcus says. I hope so. 10 years after sentencing, Judge Frank Caprio retires. After 50 years on the bench. Thousands of cases. Countless lives impacted. At his retirement party, many people speak. Lawyers. Defendants. Court staff. Police officers. Damon Wesley is one of them. Your Honor, Judge Caprio, changed my life. He could have just sent me to prison. Given me the maximum sentence. Thrown away the key. But he didn't. He gave me consequences with compassion. Justice with mercy. Accountability with hope. Damon's voice is strong. Confident. But humble. I was a monster. He helped me become a human being. A person who cares. Who serves. Who gives instead of takes. That's what great judges do. They don't just punish. They transform. They see potential even in the worst people. And they give them a chance to rise. The crowd stands. Applauds. After the party, Judge Caprio and Damon talk privately. I'm proud of you, Damon. I'm trying to make you proud. Every day. You already have. You became exactly what I hoped you'd become. Not because I forced you, but because you chose it. Thank you for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. That's what second chances are for. To show people who they can be instead of who they were. They shake hands. Two men from different generations, different backgrounds, different lives, connected by one courtroom moment that changed everything. Closing. This story is true. Well, the spirit of it, the lesson of it. Every day, people like Damon make terrible choices. Drive recklessly. Hurt others. Use privilege as a shield against consequences. And every day, people like Rita suffer. Work hard. Give everything. Get crushed by others' carelessness. But sometimes, just sometimes, the justice system works the way it should. It holds people accountable. Makes them face what they've done. Gives them real consequences. But also gives them a chance. A path. A possibility of redemption. Because justice without mercy is just revenge. And mercy without justice is just weakness. Real justice is both. It's saying you did wrong and you can do better. It's punishment and hope. Accountability and opportunity. Money can buy many things. Lawyers, influence, comfort, protection. But it cannot buy back time. Cannot undo harm. Cannot purchase respect. Cannot manufacture character. And in courtrooms like Judge Frank Caprio's, money definitely cannot buy justice. Because real justice isn't for sale. It's earned. Through accountability. Through change. Through becoming better than your worst moment. Rita Alvarez understood this. She forgave when she didn't have to. Showed grace when she had every right to show hate. Believed in redemption when it would have been easier to believe in revenge. That's her legacy. Not the tragedy, but the transformation that followed. And that's the message. Not that bad things happen. They do. Every day. But that people can change. Can grow. Can become more than their mistakes. If they're willing to do the work. Face the consequences. Choose a different path. That's justice. Real justice. And that's hope.